Namaskar. So we are in the Hindu temple of Lemont, and we are having the the class today, and let us try, they say, because of the connections and all that. And as you all know, those who are following this class, the fragrance of Vedanta, for last few years we are going on studying different scriptures. At this moment we are reading Kapila Upadesha. It's a section of the Bhagavata, and here the first human, the Kapila, who is none other than the Lord Vishnu himself, he, the incarnated as Kapila, as a son of the Devahuti and Kardama Muni, the mother is Devahuti. Why? To give philosophy to the human society. That is very interesting. That means the human being is having other things, now they need the philosophy. As we have already discussed, the purpose of philosophy is to give the analysis, by analytically explaining two things, the creator and the creation, because that is the main confusing thing. If you say God is there, there is most of the people, they will accept it. Yes, God is there. But when you say the God is here in this creation, it's difficult to accept. When you say this creation that we see in our everyday life all around us is also the manifestation of God, it's very difficult to accept. So that is the reason the philosophers they come, and the first philosopher according to the Bhagavata is the Lord Vishnu, and who will be explaining, and that is famous as Kapila, the philosophy, Samkhya philosophy. Before we start, let us as usual offer our humble pranam to that Supreme Being who has not only created this universe, but very kindly has given the knowledge so that we can understand the reality and can go back to the source. And this is applied only for the human being, that too advanced mind. Why? We will explain that afterwards when we read. Yashya smarana matrena. Can you repeat it? Yashya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastashmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave. I bow down to Lord Vishnu, the great God, whose mere remembrance makes one free from the bondage of birth and death. This last sentence, the bondage of birth and death. Those who don't understand the bondage of birth and death, for them it is okay. So they have to continue for some more time. Like the animals, the birds, the reptiles, and all these species that we see, they don't bother about the mukti. The only two things they are having, how to survive, the food, and how to get the protection from others, these two. But the human being is having another, that is the knowledge, the Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa that we always say. Sat means existence, that is in every being. We like to survive. And then the knowledge, so Chit, and that is also there in almost in every creature, but the categories and different way they express. Ananda also, the all we want. Where from it is coming? It must be from our Creator. So from there we start our journey in the religious life. So Sat Chit Ananda Sarupa. I like to live, I don't like to die. where from this special quality came into me? Must be from the original. Then I like to know where from that quality came, and I like the joy, the bliss, where from that came. This three, they say this three is coming from that particular condition whom we can call God, we can call Allah, we can call Jehovah, we can call Brahman, all these different names we have, but only these three things. Now, up to this, we are all united, all humanity. But then how to reach over there? The process. And the process, it gives differences. Now, friends, in our last class, in the last month, in the September, this was August, right? August, when we discussed in the August class, when the mother Devahuti is asking her son Kapila. Now, this is very interesting. Usually, the mother teaches the son, and here the son is teaching the mother, and that too almost immediately after his birth. His father was a great Muni, and he never wanted to be in the samsara, but because the God, Supreme God, the Vishnu himself asked him to be there, so he was there till his birth, and after that he left. Now Kapila, a young boy, he also is planning to leave the hearth and home. The mother came and told, you see, your father left, now you are leaving. Am I here to suffer? Give me some knowledge so that I too can get liberation. Yashya smarana matrena, and janma samsara bandhana, janma and samsara. That the moment you are born, you are in the circle of birth and death. And that samsara means that which is constantly moving, that's called samsara. The Sanskrit word is a very phonetic and it gives the exact meaning. Sammak sarati ya sa samsara. Sammak, constantly, sarati, changing, ya, that is called samsara. Now, what is that samsara? We think in the married couple, their children, their parents, their in-laws, that is samsara, of course. But you know that all the changes that is happening in the sun, in the moon, in the planets, in the stars, and all around that we see, all comes under that samsara. When they use the word samsara, that is everything that is changing. Now, what is the problem? Problem is when we take that constant changing thing as permanent and try to get permanent joy from it, and every time we suffer. I think, oh, that is the thing, I am going to get joy, and I pounce on that, I jump on that, I like to grab that, and after having that I am so happy. Then after a few days again it changes. It goes on and on. Those who have understood this, they then turn towards the God and say, what is this? Then he say, come and have sadhu sangha. Exactly the same word the son, the Kapila, told his mother. When the mother was telling how I will get this knowledge, then he said, go and have the sadhu sangha. And we have already read that, and I was thinking in the sadhu sangha, in another place, in the Bhagavata itself. Bhagavata is a great book that gives the all basic thing, how to become a devotee, whom you can call as a holy person. There are so many people, they will be claiming the holy person. Those who are in the temple, in the mosque, in the churches, in the synagogue, and they always claim, I am the holy person. Well, no problem for us. But are you having these qualities? Suppose a person having the statue and claim that I am a doctor. Then immediately will say, do you know this, do you know that? You have to prove that. I am a professor, you have to prove that. So similarly, if you claim that you are a sadhu, you have to prove that you are having a kind heart. Kripalu, the word, that you must have a kind heart. akrita droha. He is never ever harm anyone. Anyone thinking to harm is not a sadhu. He is a person, human being, this is. Titikshu, he will be forbearing. There will be so many things around, and he has to constantly, quietly forbear that. Satyasara is truthful. Anabadha Atma, without jealousy. Look at it. So these are the qualities, it must be present in one person. Sama, steady. Sarva upakaraka, doing good to all. Kamai, ahatadhihi, free from lust. Danta, self-control. Mridu, gentle. Shuchi, he loves cleanliness. And akinchana, never accept anything excess. Whatever is necessary, that much. Aniha, never work for selfishness. This is a very important thing. Anyone doing something for his selfish, with a selfish motive cannot be a sadhu. Always they may be good people, but not a sadhu. I am going to construct a temple or a church or a holy place. Good. But then it should be known that I have done it. No, he is not a holy person. He is a good person, generous person, not a holy person. This is the difference. And it says, gentle, meet the book, and shuchi, and meet the book, and then can shanta, peaceful. Peaceful because there is no desire. That's why always peaceful. If you have a desire, and if that desire is not fulfilled, then you always suffer. But when there is no desire, there is no problem. And sthira, never transgress the status. What is that? Called swadharma. What is the swadharma? The human life that was given in the 4 ashrama, divided into 4 ashrama. One is brahmacharya, garhastha, banaprastha, sannyas. One life for the student life. From 6 to 16, in those days, they used to say, that you have to learn. And then because the life span was very less, maybe, so they divided into 25, up to 100. So that was also quite a long time, you can say. So the student life, then married life, then retired life, and then completely withdrawn life. This is very important. Why? Because in the beginning itself, when I am a student, I know everything about this world. But still, I want to have something I like to enjoy. So whatever I have learned, I give it back to the society. Against, I get some money. With that money, I enjoy. This is a working life, samsara. And then I retire. And after the retirement, what I should do? Not that I am withdrawing and going back to the secluded places. I am there because at that time I can help the society much better way. Not only the knowledge, I develop a lot of experiences also. The moment a person is becoming a doctor, he is not a doctor. It needs the experiences. And after the experience, when he is or she is retired, is a very good doctor. Because that time, she is not working for the money. That time she is working for the service. The retired people can be of great help for the society, teachers, doctors, engineers, professionals. When they are not working for the money, they are helping people, the society, and giving them not only education, but also their experiences. By that way, so that is also called the sthira. Now these 4 stages, and they should not transgress the status. A student should not behave like a matured old person. He should be a student, humble, constantly learning, all this. They like that. Sthira. Mat sarana, always remembering me. How all this are possible? Because a person constantly taking the name of God can control all the senses. So when he is talking, he is walking, he is traveling, so all the time the mind should be on the God. So I have seen some Swami, they were that particular Swami was very scholarly Swami. And he was in charge of the Patna, that our Ramakrishna mission in Bihar. And he used to meet the devotees in the morning time. After the breakfast, he will be coming and sitting under a tree. So many people will come from around and they will talk so many things. And he will be going on talking with them, but I could feel he will ask a question and going on taking the name of God. That the japa mala went on counting the japa mala. But alert also, what he or she is telling. Then he will be answering also properly. So that I learned. That time I was a novice, I was a brahmachari, very young boy. I was noticing from distance how the Swami is handling. Then he is eating, that time also, constantly going on repeating the name of God. Doing everything but mat sarana. He is a muni. Muni means mananshila. What is that manana? He will be constantly thinking what is good for the human society, what is good for the human being, without attachment, without being carried away with something. So sometimes some waves come and we most of the people to go along with that. But he will be standing aside and thinking, is this movement going to be good for the human society? That is muni. Apramatta. Apramatta never breaks his vows. As a monk has some vows, the chastity, poverty, humbleness, services, these are the vows of the monks. They should not, or the nuns, they should not break it. Gambhira Atma, he is always thoughtful. So whenever people are behaving, things are happening, he must be observing and thinking about it, why this reaction, what is happening. And all the time will be connecting it to the God. That is, with the God. That is called the thoughtfulness, Gambhira Atma. Dhritiman and Jita Shadguna Amani. He is very humble. Never expect, if the people are respecting him, it is okay. If not, it is also okay. That is called Amani. But Manada, he gives or she gives the respect to others. That will always alert to consider others and then accordingly will be giving. This Amani Manada. Then Kalpa is a very good teacher. Whoever coming to him, he will be able to explain the truth to them and teach them, not confused at all, and very clear about his own thought and goal. So that is a good teacher. Maitra, and he never cheat anyone. Karudika is a very friendly, and Kabihi, far-sighted. So the son told the mother, you must go to this type of people and have their company. Live in that company. So and after that, as a pure soul always, that hears and speaks about my divine place and being always meditating on me, no affliction trouble him. So up to this we studied. Now it says in the Bhagavatam, it is the third skanda, 25th verse, 25th chapter and 24 verse. It says, Ta ete swadha sadhi sarva sanga vivarjitaha sangateshu athate prarthyaha sanga dosha harahite sadhihi. Sadhi, O noble lady, addressing the mother as noble lady. The relation, I am your mother, I am your son and you are my mother, at this moment, no, I am the guru, I am the teacher and you are the student. So the son is addressing the mother as Sadhi. Many of you know when the Lord Jesus was in the cross, when the mother of the Jesus approached him and the Jesus addressed that mother, O lady, think yourself blessed that you got me as your son. Oh lady, oh mother, no. It's not the relation. So that the one or two words that they use is very significant. It's not giving that particular, you are my mother, of course it is there, but at the same time, I am the God all pervading. I chose you as my mother or father. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also, when his mother was passing, then he was crying, telling, who are you? You got me as your son? Indicating that you are not ordinary. So this is, he said, Sadhi, ta eti sadhya. They are real monks or holy people or sadhus. Sarva sangha vivarjitaha. Those who are not having any attachment with anything. Now this is sarva sangha vivarjita. Vivarjita means no association with anything. It doesn't mean that you have to live in the cave. You have to live all alone. Most of the people, they go, that was the tradition in the olden days. The moment you become a monk or a nun, you have to go in a secluded place and you should be away from all people, shunning them. So this was the tradition. Then slowly Swami Vivekananda introduced practical Vedanta. What is that? Whom you are meditating on? God. And what is that God? This human being that we see, male, female, educated, uneducated, rich, poor, each and every one, manifestation of God. Why can't you meditate on them? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with your open eyes? These are wonderful statements and unique way of teaching. Now most of the people, day before yesterday also one gentleman came and he was asking, Swamiji, can you teach me some meditation? I am practicing meditation. I told, what is the purpose of learning the meditation? There are different purposes are there. I am working, my work pressure is there, so I like to learn meditation so that I can keep my mind tranquil. This is one type of meditation. This is a different purpose. Sometimes some people, they like to practice meditation because they have learned through meditation, if you can control your mind, you can have the mastery over the nature. You can read the thoughts of the other mind, you can do this, you can do that. So they meditate that purpose. And another type of people are there who like to conquer their own sense organs and like to develop the peace within. So if you like to meditate for the third purpose, for the peace, the joy, that is a different type of meditation. So in the modern times, meditation is a very fascinating word and is a very common word nowadays. I am practicing meditation and so this is the purposes we must know. It says the purpose of your mind is to not that giving up, but the attachment to this. Sangha vivarjita, don't have the association of it. But they say, suppose you are living with some people and naturally constantly living with them, their talking, their behavior, their mannerisms, that also influences you. It's very difficult to go away. For that it is better to be away. That is true. But at the same time, if you are looking at them as you were looking to many other things, but not accepting anything from them, that is also possible. That is also possible. Otherwise, those who are working in the Jews and living constantly with the animals would have behaved like animals. No, they are properly human beings. When they go out after their duty in their houses, behaving with the children and friends, they are proper normal people working. So naturally, the vet people, the veterinary surgeons and all constantly handling the animals, but they don't behave like that. So why they can influence us? I should be careful about that. Sangha vivarjita, sangha teshu athate prartha. So better you try to get their company, sangha dosha harahite, because, O mother, This holy company will give you the perfect freedom. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita also, we find this 31 and 32 sloka of the 6th chapter. It says, Sarva bhuta sthitam yomam bhajati ekattamastita sarvatha vartamanopi sayogi mai vartate. That the yogi, the one who is trying to be associated with me, that yogi. Yogi means yoga yukta. Yoga means unification. Unification with what? Unification with God. How he can unify? Now, hardly in the morning time I am meditating for 1 hour, and then maybe 4 or 5 minutes I can meditate on God maximum, and that too very rarely, 1 or 2 minutes. Sometimes some people will be seeing the light within the heart. Then most of the time I am sitting 1 hour, 60 minutes. Maybe 58 minutes mind is moving here and there, maybe only 2 minutes a little, and I have meditated. Other time I am not caring. Why? You are meditating while you are working, you are driving, you are walking, you are talking, each and every time. How? The moment a person is approaching you, oh my God is coming in this form. So if you look at that way, you are thinking of God. And when you are eating, thinking, oh, I have God inside, I am feeding my God. And when you are going here, there, everywhere, if you go on thinking in that way, you are constantly sarva bhuta sthitam yomam. Me, mam is me, the Supreme God. I am in every being. If one can understand that, bhajati ekattam, he is only thinking of God. Sarvata vartamanopi, always I am present in his mind. That is the main thing. There are two things, the creator and the creation. If you give your mind into the creation and forget about the creator, you will be in this creation only bound. But if you are thinking about the creator and at the same time his unique creation, then you will be close to the creator. Now, a magician and his magics, whatever he is showing, they are all magics only, it is not true. But if you accept that as true and try to grab that, what will happen? Every moment you will, oh, I was thinking this is not. Then he is taking out so much of food from one hat. The candy is after candy, so many varieties of candies, the magician will take it out. And you think, oh, can you please give me that hat? And any time I like, I will put my hand and take out the candy. Magician told, okay, carry it, but give me $100 for the cap. Then you give the purchasing the cap or the hat for $100. Then you put your hand, nothing comes out. Why? There is no candy at all. When the magician was doing, there was different type. He kept the candies already, and it is such a way we didn't notice. And so he was taking it out. But if you are friendly with the magician, then you will learn this. You can also take out the candies. So what is good? If we go to God and I become the owner of each and everything, instead I try to get the some only small part of the creator. So sarvatha vartamanopi, if you are constantly remembering me, the God, he is a yogi. The yogi doesn't mean that growing the beard and the matted hair and sitting in one place. Of course they are good people, but yogi means constantly remembering God. This is yogi. Another verse, 32 verse, it says, Atmopamena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadiva dukkham sa yogi paramo mata. Now, I love God, I am a devotee of God, I go to temple or churches and all the holy places, and I offer something to the temple also. But the moment something wrong happened with me, then I forget that God. Why? Because when there is I am loving God or worshipping God, that God will protect me, I should be completely free from all diseases. Let people suffer, but I am free because I am loving God and worshipping God. No, it is not possible. There will be this too. Now, even in this, when I am not happy, even suffering, even I am not forgetting God. That is called the devotee. That is called the yogi. Now, those who have read the Mahabharata, is a very popular story. The Panchapandava, the 5 brothers, they were with God all the time, Sri Krishna, constantly. But they suffered so many years. Constantly they suffered. But God was with them. But one thing we notice, in all this suffering, they never ever doubted Sri Krishna. They never said, Krishna, we don't want your company because you are useless. We are suffering. What type of God you are? They said, no problem. We are suffering, maybe for our fate, but you should be here with us. We love you. So that is the main. Arjuna went to invite Krishna to join in the war. In these days also, the America will go out to the Europe and develop the friendship with the France, the Great Britain and Germany, and we are all friends because we have to go to war. So we need, my friends, allies. And similarly, Russia is also doing, China doing. In those days also, the two groups, they are collecting friends. So they went to Krishna. What was the offer that Krishna gave to both of them? The Arjuna and the Duryodhana. So he said, I have trained soldiers, and in one side, in another side, me alone, that too. I am not going to fight. I will be with you. Duryodhana, he was in tension. He was thinking, oh my God, the first preference to Arjuna. And Arjuna will surely take all the soldiers. What he is going to do with one person? But Arjuna never made the mistake because he knew that Krishna is the God and Krishna is the friend. So whether Krishna is fighting for me or not, it doesn't matter. I love Krishna, he should be with me in the war. That is called yogi. Yogi means always, every time, every moment, even in challenges, even in difficulties, he never forgets God. He constantly remembering God. And that it goes on. And then the son is telling to the mother the effect of holy company. What will happen? Suppose you go to a holy person. Who is a holy person? That we know. All these 28 wonderful qualities. If not 28, 8 will also do. 28 means he is God. The some good is also good. So now if we go to him, what will happen? He says, Satam prasangat mama birya sambido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kathaha. It is the 3rd chapter, 25th verse. Satam prasangat. Satam means holy. Prasangat is a company. Holy company. Sometimes this Sanskrit is very difficult. The prasanga means the subject, but prasanga means company also. As satam means the pure one, the holy one, satam prasangat. Mama virya sambida bhavanti. How? Hrit karna rasayana katha. When you are hearing from them about me, just like I just referred to Krishna, who was completely alone and without any the commitment to fight, even then Arjuna preferred the company of Krishna than the thousands of his trained, well-armed soldiers. And that too in the war field. So this is the unique. Oh, God is so powerful. So when you hear it from a holy person constantly, as because people who are going to in the company of Sri Ramakrishna, that's why I always suggest people, whoever comes, read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. If you are truly interested to know spiritual life, read the Gospel. Why? Satam Prasangat is a holy company. And in that holy company, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in different way, in different situations, constantly referring to God only. Sometimes about the food, sometimes about the song, sometimes different other things, constantly about God. That will give you, and when you are going on listening about God from the holy person, then you will develop devotion. Tajjo shanat ashu apavarga bhartmani Shraddha rati bhakti anukramishati. And when you are going to the holy company and when you are listening to them, when you are started liking those things, then what will happen? Your mind will change. First, Shraddha will come. Shraddha means the faith. Faith in the existence of God. That is the first thing. We cannot move without the faith. If we know that God is here, we will be very careful. Now, there is a Rama temple or our Durga temple, and there is going on arati constantly and people shouting, and sometimes children are playing over there. Do you really believe that God is there? If within your bedroom, within your house, the people are constantly shouting like that and the children are playing, will you like that? How the God can love that? We don't believe in that way. That God is there, God is all compassionate, God don't mind. But we have to understand, if you go to Vellore Math, there are all volunteers. The moment you speak little loudly, someone will come and show you like this. Quietness. Somebody is praying. Somebody is crying before God. Somebody is meditating. The presence of God must be like that. Once in a while, God is coming out and God enjoys. Then you sing, you dance, you chant. There is no problem. Because the faith, the belief, the God is there. If you go to Vellore Math and observe the whole day how they are treating, early morning they will wash him, and then they will offer the breakfast, then they will offer these, everything as if a living person. Then they will decorate him to meet the people, because he is the king of the Lord, he is the Lord of this universe. So all the devotees are coming and bowing down, you will be looking at them, talking as if. All the monks, they won't be there. So this is the way, Shraddha, the faith, really faith. When I was a brahmachari, a novice, I got the opportunity to clean the holy statue of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in Vellore Math temple. There are some small pieces of cloth is there. We wash and then keep it, and next day we used to use that to clean. The one day I did that, I washed it, I kept it, then the very senior Swami, who was the pujari, retired, he came and saw that and told, "Do you think it is properly washed?" I told, "Yes, Maharaj, I did it." "Well, can you please bring it again?" Then I brought it down and then I put it in that sink and washing. And he told, "Rub it like this." When I was rubbing, I saw that soap was still there. When I am rubbing, the white soap is still coming out. You see that tomorrow when you take and then you are using that cloth, the smell of the soap, that Sri Ramakrishna will not like it. So then I felt it is not a statue, it is a living. That is called Shraddha. When you have the company of a holy person, that is the Shraddha. So what is the result, the effect of a holy company? It says you develop Shraddha, faith, belief, God is there, tangible. Then Rati, you feel joy. If you are not feeling joy in the company of God, that means something wrong. You are not truly developing the devotion. Then bhakti, the devotion. And what is the devotion? One pointed, concentrated mind, love for God. When you found a beautiful flower, oh, if I could offer it to God, if I could show it to God. If you see the sun is rising, oh, if I could show it to God. Anything around you, you feel like showing it to God. So that is called devotion. So this we learn from that. In the company of the truly holy people, one will hear only about the divine play and will develop all these. And second effect, he says, tatakim, what is after that what? The first, I go to the holy company, and these are the wonderful qualities of that holy man. And when I am living with him, hearing him, serving him, I learn this thing, the three main qualities of a holy person. What is that? One is the Shraddha, then the joy in the company of the God, and then the bhakti. Then after that what? Then it says, by constantly remembering me, the God, puman mad anuchintaya. Mad means me, the God, anuchintaya, constantly remembering, gain or develop detachment. This is the ultimate thing. The first you go to the holy person, develop these three, then you start practicing, and what you develop? Detachment. Detachment to what? Jata viragaha. From what? Drishta srutat. Drishta and srutat. Drishta means what I see, and also srutat, what I hear. Oh, if you do this, then you will go to this place, and that as a 7-star hotel, you will be there in the 7-star, so many things. And after that, people get mad. We have to go over there, we have to achieve that, this. I was requesting someone, I was telling someone, that do they allow people to go inside the White House? What it will be? Some of the tables, chair, this, that. But still, you feel like visiting the White House. Why? Because the administrative, the place of the whole most powerful country of the world. What will be there? A little neat and clean and all this. There will be almirahs, there will be books, there will be files, there will be people working, table, chair, telephone, all this. But still you feel like, oh, White House, White House. In Ganges, we painted a small cottage as in a white color, and we call it White House. And you know, the devotees, they will always prefer to stay over there. So, Swamiji, can you please allow me to stay in the White House? That is called imagination. Though if I am entering into that White House as if I am the President of America. So, that is all drishta and anustravika. When you hear about the heaven, it was a beautiful place, the people are all the time singing, and there should not be the heat or cold is equal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So one lady came to me and she wanted to give me one book. I told, what I am going to do with this? Now you will get peace. I told, ma'am, I am in great peace. So no tension is there. Now if you read this, you will go to heaven. Have you visited heaven? No. The younger, so you don't know whether electricity is there or not, whether the proper drinking water, all the other facilities are there or not. Why you are unnecessarily promoting? First you go, visit heaven, then you come back and tell us. So what is heaven? A better place. But some people who are coming from a very backward places, America is heaven for them. This is a very advanced country, everything there is a heaven for them. So what is heaven? And these people here living in America thinking heaven means what? All free food. Okay, there will be free food. And these, that, all imagination. So he says, having the holy company, you will have a very clear idea about your goal. You know, friends, majority of us, we do not know what is God. We do not know what is heaven. We do not know exactly what we are going to go. But we spend whole life pursuing that, about which we don't know. So that is the problem. That says over here, what you will get in the company of a holy person, you will have the complete idea about your goal. Drishta Srutat, those you have seen and also you have heard, from their detachment will come. Because you will understand, oh, these are the main things. Jata Viraga, Viraga means Vairagya, giving up. No, that is not the place I don't want to go. How it is possible? It says, Yoga Margaihi, through the path of meditation. What is meditation? Meditation means constantly withdrawing the mind from the different objects. And what is the object? This body and also the mind. The mind is the main thing. All thoughts are crossing in the mind. Now, I was telling one person who wanted to know about what actually the Atman, the consciousness. See, when we are awake, we know the body and the mind is active. When we are sleeping, without the body, we are active. Because in the dream, our mind is so active. Everything that we do in a waking stage, we there in the dream stage also. We eat, we drink, we talk with friends, we are afraid of something, everything goes on. Then there is a third condition of the mind, that from there, sometimes when I am sleeping, I don't see any dream even. My body is absent and mind is also absent because I don't see any dream, but still I remain. Why? Because after coming back from the sleep, I say, I had a wonderful sleep without dream. The dreamless sleep, that is the third condition. That shows beyond the body, beyond the mind, there is something which is the source of joy. After the dreamless sleep, when we come back, we never complain, oh, I had a bad dreamless sleep. Each and every one will say, I had a great sleep. I enjoyed. See, look at it. It's not imagination. It's all proven things. Never imagine anything. In your life, in our life, in everyone's life, we every day experience that. Dreamless sleep is always very joyous. And we like to go to that condition. Those who go to bed always try to go over there. Now, when we meditate, what we do? At the time of sleep, we first forgot the body. We went to mind. Then we again gave up the mind. We went to the third state, susupti. That is a Sanskrit term, susupti. In that susupti, dreamless sleep, joy, only happiness. And without caring for anything. The happiness is not coming from any object. Automatically joy. So when meditate, first we forget our body. Then we forget our mind. And then we go into that happy state and we don't like to come back from that. And that here it says in the yoga, Chaturtham is the fourth stage. The Turiya, they say Turiya. So this we get yoga margaihi. The first effect is that you develop a holy company, first effect, you develop Shraddha, faith, rati, the joy, and also bhakti, devotion, that comes one after another. The second effect, that you develop detachment with the worldly objects that you see, you touch, you smell, you taste, and also the object that you hear about. You have not seen, but hear about. Then what? Again the question, tata kim? Then what? Then it says, Asebaya ayam prakriti gunanam jnanena vairagya brijimbhitena yogena mai arpitaya bhakta mam pratyagatmanam avarundhe. That is the 27th verse, and it says you realize the self. Holy company will give you the realization of the self. Does it mean the holy company, holy man will put his hand on your head and you get that? You are developing as a student some of the unique technique, and that technique is detachment. The moment you are detached from this, immediately asebaya ayam prakriti gunanam. Sebaya means attachment. You are pondering over that, thinking over that, constantly thinking, oh, what this will, that will. So when you are not doing that, you are detached from that, your mind will be tranquil. The ultimate thing is this. You have to withdraw your mind from the worldly objects. And what is this world? Only two. The Hindus are very specific. Nama and Rupa. The Nama names are there, and Rupa, the forms are there. Any name and form, forget about that. I am not with that. When you are withdrawing the mind in that way, then what will happen? Jnanena vairagya birjimbana. It increases. Increases what? Jnana and vairagya. What is the jnana? Clear knowledge about the goal. And vairagya means dispassion for that which is trying to bind you. Yogena mai arpita bhaktya. Now, one pointed mind, you are coming to me, the God, Supreme God. It is not Krishna. It is the Supreme Being, all-pervading consciousness. What you will realize, that every being is having that self. Each and every one. Friends, I think I should stop over here. After this, the mother, Devahuti, asking 3 questions. I will just read it and then we'll stop. The mother asked, "Oh dear son, can you please tell me what is the nature of true devotion? How I will know that I have developed devotion? When I see God, I cry, it automatically comes. Is that devotion? When I see God, I feel that I should offer some fruits or sweets. Is this devotion? So when I see the temple or a holy place, I always bow down. Is this devotion? What is the true nature of devotion?" This is a very unique question. Second, what are the types of devotional practices through which an ordinary person like me can realize Brahman, not God, can realize Brahman. God is personalized and Brahman all-pervading consciousness. So when I meditate Sri Ramachandra, I know the story about Ramachandra. I know a form of Ramachandra, and it becomes easy for me to concentrate. But all-pervading consciousness, very difficult. So can you please tell me a process, simple process, that even an ordinary lady like me can reach and realize Brahman? And third is, what is that yoga you preaches? We will listen to the answer that the Kapila will give. So we stop over here, and I think some questions are there. Let me try to answer.
Maharaj, Devashish is asking, how can you please repeat one more time how to consciously get into dreamless state?
Oh, Devashish, I was trying to tell this way, that we always experience at the time of sleep that I am lying down and trying to sleep. This is the first condition. There, the body and the mind, they are working. Then slowly I go into sleep, and the body is lying on the bed, but my mind is working and I see the dream. Then a time comes when the dream also stops and I am in a condition where there is no body, where there is no mind, but a joyful, blissful state. Sometimes, mostly for a minute or so, again I come back slowly, back to the body, and then when I wake up, I remember that blessed state and say to my friends that I had a wonderful dreamless sleep, isn't it? So that is the process of meditation. Now, the ignorant way, unknowingly, we go to that state. Now, we sit for meditation. Then your guru asks you to forget your body, bring your mind on the heart. Then you see, imagine on the lotus that your Ishta Devata, chosen God, is sitting. Then slowly, slowly you don't see anything else but that chosen God sitting within your heart. Then this is a dream state, you can say, imagining. And then slowly you are merging yourself with that, the Supreme Self, which is nothing but the light. Then the third and the fourth state, you feel only joy and you forget that you are meditating. So that is the knowing steps we go, and that is called Samadhi. The Dhyana and then Samadhi. Dhyana is the lower stage, means you are with the divine God, concentrating on God, nothing but God. You forget your body, you forget your all arounds, that you are sitting in a room and all that, and you see only God and you are enjoying. Then another condition comes when you never see the God even, only that joy remains. That is called Chaturtham, or the fourth stage. Thank you.
Akshay is asking, I have read in books that some people who visited Sri Ramakrishna did not change. Why could they not benefit from the holy company?
Oh, that is a very good question, Akshay. That if you are not ready to get the benefit, you will never get the benefit. Suppose they say this Chicago University is a great university, and so far I know there are 92, 93 Nobel laureates are there in the Chicago University. So that means when you are just meeting any person is a Nobel laureate maybe. So many professors are Nobel laureate. But after reaching over there, you see, oh, there's a great city, so many places are there, and if you come out, you see on the open field, and particularly in the summer time, the music is going on in the whole night, and drinking is free, you are drinking, dancing. And will you blame the university and the professors? You have to blame yourself. So if after reaching even to Bhagavan Sri Krishna or the Sri Ramakrishna, if the people are not benefited, that is their bad luck and bad karma. Thank you.
Srinivas is asking how to detach mind from our own thoughts which are disturbing us.
That thought you said, that thought which is disturbing you, you like to detach from it. You know how? The thought is a thought. You have to put another strong thought against it. Then you will forget that. Suppose a bad thought is coming or something is haunting you, and so you go and sit in a movie theater and watch the movie, very exciting movie. In the glory of God, all those thoughts will go away. So try that way we can overcome.
Abhishek is asking, can you please elaborate the 3 meditation types that you were referring?
3 meditation types. Now actually it is not meditation, I am telling the avastha-traya. Avastha-traya means you are aware about your body, you are spreading a seat and then sitting cross-legged, and then you are thinking that I am going to meditate, you are controlling your breathing, you are closing your eyes and trying to forget your all surroundings. That is the first stage. And then slowly, if you have taken the initiation, the Guru must have instructed you that how to meditate within the heart. So you take the mind to that heart and you forget that it is a human heart. You see only a beautiful flower on which your chosen God is sitting, the second stage. And then you are completely with that God and you forget all around things. That is also wonderful, the blessed condition. But afterwards you are mixed with that God. There is no God, there is no meditator, and both become one, and there is no form also. Everywhere only the light, light and light, waves of light, no form. That is the fourth stage or the third stage, you can say. By that way, if you can reach to that, every day you will feel great joy and encouragement. Not only that, you will feel an attraction to sit for meditation all the time. Because that is so much joyful. We want joy, we want happiness. So we like to go back to that joy again. That will prove. You can try in that way. So many questions.
Jeff is asking, is encountering holy people in dreams not as meaningful as dreamless state?
Encountering, mixing with the holy people, and you are at the company of the holy people, listening to him. Yes, so that is the teaching you are receiving. Then after that, that knowledge, that teaching, you have to imbibe in your personality. That is the main.
He's saying that after encountering holy people in dreams, is that as meaningful as dreamless sleep?
No, that is not the dreamless sleep, because that time your mind is awake. But in the meditation, when you are meditating on a holy person, like the Lord Buddha, like the Lord Jesus, or Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, or Sri Krishna, so your mind is having that, and what will happen? All the good qualities that those personalities are having, that will slowly manifest. But the temple, Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om, Tat Sat.